Hello, you amazing people. It is Riley LH here again, and we're here with the Miata, of course, and we got a bunch of new parts for her. So we got spark plug cables, we got a coolant temperature sensor because my check engine light's on, and we got some hoses because mine are 30-year-old, crusty, dusty, and absolutely messed up. So let's go ahead and start getting them on. If you look on my valve cover, you can see all of that. That's from a coolant hose exploding at the track and just popping off. You can also just see how bad these hoses are, and you can see that one's cracking and about to go and pop off again. This one's not so bad. I don't know if I'm going to be able to replace those. I don't know if I have replacements, but for some reason the last owner had put a plumbing valve in there and I just replaced it for a copper pipe instead. So yeah, it's really going to dress up the engine bay having all new pipes in here, and it's going to look so much better. My spark plug cable's also just really dirty and old, so we're going to be replacing those because it's something cheap that will really change the engine bay's look. And under my coil pack is the coolant temperature sensor. I have check engine light and it said either thermostat or coolant temperature sensor. Check the thermostat, that was completely good, so I'm guessing it's the coolant temperature sensor, so we're going to be replacing that, hoping that will fix the problem. And the final mod is going to be grips for my pedals, except the gas pedal. You can see this one, the brake pedal is destroyed, I'm guessing from heel towing. The clutch pedal just has no anything on it. My brain is failing me. Has no grip on it, so my foot always slips off, especially in the rain. So that's really going to help. Something simple, something cheap, but it'll change up the car completely. So since this is going to be super easy, I'm just going to go ahead and install the grips for the pedals. So I'm going to go ahead and knock that out, get the first mod done. So we got the old grip out for the brake pedal. It was quite destroyed. We got the new ones in. They look so much better, and also it's really gonna make driving it just that much better and that much nicer, actually be able to grip my pedals. So the next two things are the spark plug wires and the coolant temperature sensor, which we have to pull the coil pack out for. So let's go ahead and get that done. So I went ahead and pulled out the coil pack, and there is the coolant temperature sensor right there. So now let's get that out. So after closer inspection, I actually don't think it's the coolant temperature sensor. I think it's this little prong. When I pulled it out, some of the little connectors, one of the connector sides were essentially just pulled in a bunch where it couldn't be touching the other prong. So I had pulled back the loom a little bit, and I'd cut that a bit, and pushed it back forward, and I'm ready to test it and see if that fixes it. But I'm gonna go and put something in there to make sure those cables don't come out, and then I'll plug it back in. And don't change the coolant temperature sensor yet, because I literally can't get a wrench in there because I don't have a wrench the proper size. So I'm just gonna hold off on that, and if it is the coolant temperature sensor, then I can always change that out. But I think this is what the problem was. So I'm gonna go chuck some electrical tape on it, clean it up, and get it plugged back in, and get the new spark plug cable back in, and try starting the car to see if that fixes it. So I went ahead and fixed the wiring harness, put some electrical tape on it, got those wires back up to the top. So let's plug it in, and hopefully this fixes it. Okay, so now that we got the spark plugs back in, all in sequence, and we got the coolant temperature sensor wire hopefully fixed, let's test it. Let the fans prime, and my check engine light is gone. I'm glad that fixed it. That was a pretty simple problem that was fixed, and I'm glad that's done. And now I have a spare temperature sensor, so if I ever got to change that out, I always got that extra temperature sensor. So now all we got to do is the hoses, and that will complete the mod. Okay, so now it's finally time to install all these hoses, drain the coolant out, put new coolant in there, and yeah. So let's go ahead and get started, get it on some ramps, maybe have to jack it up, hopefully I don't have to, because I want to get this done fast. So let's go ahead and start working on the car. Editor Riley here, and the rest of the footage got corrupted. Both me showing the engine bay after it's done and me installing it all. So we're gonna have to cut this video a bit short, but I will pop a picture up on the screen what it looks like. It turned out pretty good. I'm quite happy with how it turned out, honestly. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I've enjoyed making it. I'll see you guys all next time. Peace out.